going on, everybody? Welcome to the Epic Home Haunts podcast.
We did it.
We did it. We're here again. Episode 6. Episode 6. Man, it has been a lot of work to get this done tonight. My name is Josh Quillen. I'm here with
Andrew Van Dyke.
It is great to see everybody. Hopefully your Sunday's going well. Our Sundays are going well. We've got a little bit of a drink. We're hanging out.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a good night. Before we get started, though, housekeeping items. If you are not subscribed to this YouTube channel, I ask that you would please consider subscribing. It's youtube.com/epichomehaunts if you're listening to this on the audio versions or seeing it on some random website where it's been embedded. Hit that little subscribe button. And if you're feeling generous, hit the join button. We do have a monthly, I guess, Epic Home Haunts Club. There's 2 levels of membership. There's a Haunter and a Haunt Fan and a Haunter membership. And they both get different things, different access to live streams, member-only photos, member-only updates, member-only streams, all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, make sure you guys check that out.
It's all going for a good cause.
Basically, everything goes to fund Epic Home Haunts Chapter 2, which is going to be intense because we're going coast to coast, the entire country, as many haunts as we possibly can. It's going to be crazy. If you guys are watching this live, thank you.
Yes.
But make sure you guys hit the chat button. We want to know what you guys have to say. I'm laughing because I looked down at the chat and there's already somebody who's found the pumpkin. It took about 4 seconds.
Dang it!
For somebody to be like, it's over there.
But first, see, that's what I love. I love that literally you said it one time. We put it out there, so we're gonna have to figure something out.
Yep. So Margaret, shoot us an email, contact@epichomehaunts.com, and we'll figure out. We'll send you something. I don't know what it'll be. We'll figure it out. Send nothing crazy. We'll send a poster, stickers, or something like that.
You can get a signed poster from.
Oh yeah, I'll just sit there and I'll sign posters to my heart's content because I'm such a big deal.
You are
not. Anyway, if you guys are watching this live, get into the chat. We want to hear from you guys. Have your own conversations. That's why it's there. Yeah, we'd love to know what you guys think. We'd love to hear your questions for our guests. It's going to be a good night. So without further ado, we're going to bring on our guests from Corona Haunt out in California. What's up, guys? How you doing?
How's it going?
How's the weather in California right now?
Hot. It's hot, but really hot. I'd rather it be blazing hot than raining and everything else.
True. That's very true. Now you say hot. What is hot?
California hot. It's a
California. I mean, 95 is pretty hot.
Death. It's pure death.
I don't know, man.
It's definitely not Orlando heat, but it's definitely
you're seeing dry heat.
It's a real dry heat.
Yeah, I was gonna say because when we lived, I mean, I used to live in Rancho Cucamonga and Fontana, just up the street from where you guys are, and it would get hot, but we weren't like dying. And then we moved to Orlando and I was like, gee, holy balls, no, this is hot. I did not know what hot was.
The idea is I literally can't even take a shower, walk out the door, and then I take another shower from
all the humidity.
Weather,
it's disgusting. Yeah. It's disgusting at times. I don't know how haunters in Florida, in like the South and everything, do it. I don't understand it. A little bit about you guys. Let's go through your history just in case people don't know who you are. Corona Haunt has nothing to do with the virus. FYI, everybody. It is because you guys are in Corona, California. So how long have you guys been haunting?
I started in 2012. I had went to Halloween Horror Nights for my first time in 2012, and I came back home and told my dad, I was like, I want to put a maze in our backyard. And he looked at me and he's like, huh? And I pulled up some videos and showed him, and he's like, oh, that's pretty cool, And we did as just every other haunter starts. We had PVC pipes and plastic, and it was about that, until 2015 when Joe decided to join. Joe was one of my actors in 2015. And then he joined the team in 2016. So that's
idea what was coming.
That's when we kind of like started using both of our brains to.
That's when it just took off. Basically, it's when I came to the picture too. We just like boom.
I like the face that Mason just gave you. So you got roped into it because you were acting. So did you originally want to build and you were just doing the acting thing, or?
That's a good solid question.
I was like just like Mason, I was always obsessed with like haunts and the home. Like I didn't home haunts. I didn't even know home haunts were even like a thing. I know like there was like little things for Halloween, but I always wanted to build a maze all like that was like my dream. And then I met him through social media, and then he invited me to act one night. I was like, oh, cool, heck yeah, I'm gonna do that. And then it happened. And then he asked me to join the team. I was like, I'm gonna do it. And it was kind of a dream come true. So I'm very thankful for all of this in a way.
Well, flash forward 5 years later. I don't know what year is it. It's 2021, right? That's what we are. That's where we are now.
I think we skipped a whole year.
I don't. Last year's a blur. I don't know where we are anymore. Yeah. So yeah, flash forward 5 years, and how many you guys have done? So well, technically 4, because you guys did you do anything last year during COVID?
We did
the big lockdowns. What did you guys do last year?
We did our walkthrough still. We had a reservation system in place. We had a virtual queue.
Yes, that's right. I remember.
And we had all that good stuff.
Yeah. So how did that go? Because I remember seeing some stuff on Instagram that you guys did the virtual queue and a reservation thing, and I was like, this is high tech. Like, I wonder how this is going to work.
It worked.
It happened.
It was a thing that
my wallet hurt after it. I didn't expect it to cost as much as it did.
Oh, okay.
But we were just trying to figure out how we were going to get, hordes of people in without, kind of cramming everybody together in one place, because obviously our haunt operated in the height of COVID.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So, the haunt itself, we got rid of all of our hanging stuff. We had no strip curtains. Everybody had to wear a mask. We went through and sanitized every 20 minutes and, all the basic protocols that, everywhere else was following at the time. And, I think it went well.
It did. It went well.
That's awesome.
It definitely wasn't our favorite. And I think it's because we were forced to remove a lot of things out of caution. A lot of things were for that maze was going to be so cool, and then it got ripped from my heart.
Oh no!
Well, it still wasn't bad.
It still wasn't awful.
The good news is that you can do that stuff anytime now. You can now. Exactly. Nobody knows what it is, so you can always implement those things later.
Always bring it back.
True.
So question in the chat for you is what did you guys use for the virtual queue system?
Tables Ready. So Tables Ready was meant for restaurants, and I had contacted them saying, I want, we run a haunted house, and they're like, oh yeah, you can use this. And, I set it up, and it was asking me like what the restaurant name is and all this different stuff, it wanted me to map out the tables in my Corona Haunt restaurant. So I had contacted them, and they literally set up the entire thing for me. And all I had to do is basically post the link, and people were able to join it and do everything like that. So it actually, it was cool. I think for the 3 months we used it, 2 months, I don't remember. But the best part about it was the virtual queue. That's why I did that, because the virtual queue came with the reservations. That was the coolest part. So
got it. And you were saying it was pretty expensive?
Yeah. I don't know if I'd do it again.
I was going to ask, would you suggest for any other haunters that are trying to do any kind of virtual queue, or like the question came from Chamber of Souls, and they're doing that Haunted Mansion ride system out in Indiana. Like,
that's so cool. I think I've seen that.
Oh, that's insane. They were the third guest. Yeah, they were our third guest, and we have a whole bunch of like behind the scenes stuff they walked us through. It's amazing. But they have to kind of do a virtual queue type thing just to try to get. It's a ride system, right? And with COVID and all that.
A little bit different than a walkthrough. So
just a little. But would you suggest it, or would you suggest seeking out something else?
For something like that, I think it would work better than a walkthrough, I'd say. No, I don't know.
Yeah, it worked. It worked.
It definitely worked.
Okay.
I think it was, I don't know. I mean, it wasn't an awful system, but I think the only reason I was sucked into it is because it came with a virtual queue.
Got it.
So as soon as I saw a virtual queue, I was like, oh, I want that. I was like, oh, it comes with reservations too. How cool. Okay. So it's kind of like a double whammy.
Well, it sounds like, for a haunter, it worked is good enough generally. So
it was good enough. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You had a long time to go back and kind of, dissect what worked, what didn't work. Right. So that's really good. That's good for a lot of people to know.
Yeah, no, for sure. So you guys started haunting roughly almost 10 years ago. So next year is your 10th year. Ooh.
This is technically, we're actually using this as our 10th. This is our 10th maze.
Oh, okay.
So it's weird because when you do 2012, you're like, oh no, that's only 9 years. But 2012, we did a maze. So when you count them all, this is the 10th one. So it's really weird.
That makes sense. Yeah. No, that makes total sense.
It makes sense. But it's technically, I guess, our 10th year.
And you guys did this year. You've done 2 mazes.
Yeah.
You've already done one.
Yeah. Yep.
So, because in what is it, July? You guys decided, or early August or something? You guys decided to rebuild your 2019 haunt.
Yep. We decided to rebuild Sweet Tooth.
And so, what was that like? Like, what? Why?
Why? We were supposed to go to Midsummer Scream in 2020, and we were going to bring back Sweet Tooth. Because Sweet Tooth is near and dear to our hearts. Like, that was our favorite haunt.
It's amazing. We actually got to go tour it in 2019.
I remember.
It was one of my favorites, cool. Just so we're clear. Like, that entire tour that we did.
Oh, it was amazing.
It was one of those ones that I've probably watched the replay back more than any of them.
For those who are curious, it's on our YouTube channel, so you guys can definitely check it out. But so you're gonna do it for Midsummer Scream.
Yeah, and then obviously that got canceled, and we're like, oh dang. And when we did Shadow Mountain last year, which is the haunt for 2020, we ended up just painting over all the panels, and just basically that was our way of saying goodbye to it, because we wanted to be able to relive it again. But we're like, okay, well, we can't do it now, and we like to change our theme every year. So I was like, why would we bring back Sweet Tooth again? So we painted over all the panels, and then a year later we were like, hey, let's just bring it all back. So we decided to paint the panels again.
It was not right away. There was a different concept.
Yeah, we started it.
I'm the one that pulled the trigger to let's do it.
Yeah, he was like, let's just do it. And we finally, I was like, you know what? I like that. So we did it. And It was nice just to relive it. It was nice to get that feel again. It was emotional, to be honest.
It was brutal, though. It was really, really hot that day.
Because you guys were open for just a couple of hours, right?
6 hours
straight.
Oh God, a whole haunt for 6 hours. I'm actually playing. We're showing everybody our walkthrough video right now. It's playing in the background. So we're going down the hall, heading towards, I think the actual Sweet Tooth Factory entrance right now. It's so good. It's so good. It
was a fun one, too.
That was our favorite for sure.
And I love how it's a blacklight activated haunt, but you've hid them so well. Like, our ultra wide lens doesn't pick up the lighting. It doesn't pick up anything. It's great.
Didn't we take multiple trips through?
No, we did one.
Was that one take?
We jumped out of the car, ran through the haunt, did one take, and then ran away because we had other...
I swear. I swear we did it multiple times because, like I said, no joke, I've probably seen this video probably 15, 20 times. It's so funny. Every time I bring up a video to show people, they're like, oh, what video? What is it? What have you guys done? And I show them this video specifically because it legit was one of my favorite ones. It caught me off guard a couple different times, which was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So there's the Sweet Tooth entrance for those who are curious, which I actually have. I'll show some photos of this for a second. So I'll pause this here. The thing though that I loved about Sweet Tooth more than, I don't know, it was a really good maze, but it's one of those home haunts that if you were just watching the video, you would never know this was in a backyard.
No.
You would never know this was in a garage. There's some home haunts where it's like, oh, okay, you can tell the hallways are 3 feet across and this is in a little bit of a garage, whatever. This one looks like it could legit be at a theme park. It's great. It's so well done. I'm floored by it. It's so good. And yeah, I love that it's your favorite maze. That's fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's music to my ears. That's literally our whole goal. Is just try and make you think that you're not a backyard. I tell everyone it's not what you think.
It's hard. It's a lot harder to hide it than you think it is.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
You have a house and the whole maze just sits in the backyard. Our backyard is completely just concrete. We don't have anything back there. So that's when I was like, perfect. It's perfect for a maze. That is my soundstage out there.
That's amazing.
But it's really difficult to hide everything. I mean, there is portions where you obviously will see a window, like our little corner right here. I'm pointing as if you guys know where I'm sitting. Basically the entrance where the 2 hallways sit, where we have that really tight corner where we have our air conditioning unit.
Yep.
It's right there. It's
so hard.
It's just so hard to do something right there that sometimes we're just let's pull a Hornet to make it black.
Sure, yeah. A Universal Horror Nights, because Florida doesn't
A
do the Black
Hollywood
Lives-
Horror
Hollywood
Nights.
Horror
There we
Nights.
go.
Oh, sorry, yeah,
Hollywood.
Hollywood, yeah. We're looking at an aerial view now. One of the photos you sent me. Although I think the aerial view might be from this year's haunt.
There's a little bit more curves in.
But it kind of gives you an idea of the backyard that you guys are working with. It's all concrete. It's great.
It is. It's all concrete.
And who would have thought? I didn't know this. Who would have thought it was a like hill down the side? It looks like
Oh,
a
yeah.
Yeah, we
sheer
sit.
drop
We
off.
sit literally. We literally sit on the hill, and you can see the 91 freeway from here.
Do you guys put like any banners or anything up on that side so that people can
I
like on
always
the freeway?
wanted to.
We've wanted to, but when I'm driving on the freeway and I look at the house seems so far away that I genuinely don't think you can see it.
So what are you guys doing this year? What is your plan for what is Coronahan up to right now?
Well, our main goal right now is actually to outdo Sweet Tooth, so we're really pushing the limits.
That's
this year.
hard. Okay.
Yeah, that was our biggest challenge. Is we both, when Joe joined the team in 16 on my side, we've always wanted to do like a vintage / classic, like your normal Halloween.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, like witches, ghosts, pumpkins, you know, the classic.
Yeah.
So we took Tales of Halloween, which is this year, kind of like inspired by the storybooks, you know, like the stories that you were told as a kid. But we've turned it into like our nightmare of it.
Oh, okay.
So
Cool.
it's, you know, our vision of Halloween, basically.
You go down a rabbit hole of Halloween, so it's a
That's
Halloween
basically,
madness.
yeah, it's basically a
That's
rabbit
amazing.
hole of Halloween.
That's kind
So
of where I want to live.
Halloween, you're gonna see certain scenes that you think of Halloween. So
And that's these pictures you sent me that have like a house facade with the pumpkins and the red
Yes.
lights and things.
that's the first entrance, actually.
This is
one
the
of
entrance. Oh, okay. Interesting. I love this. I love this vibe, just the orange lights. How big is the haunt going to be this year? Like, are you guys doing the full size like Sweet Tooth, or are you doing
or bigger.
It's actually bigger than Sweet Tooth.
how? Where's the room?
So Sweet Tooth actually had, I think it was like a 6-foot gap when you went into the factory and you saw that voltage area,
Mhm.
like the,
okay, yeah.
the electricity area. There was actually 6 to 7 feet behind that. But we just needed space behind there to, you know, get back there and do whatever we need to do. This year we were like, you know what? Push it all the way up against the wall. So we literally put all of our panels to hit literally on both sides of our house, like
That's
literally
insane.
wall to wall. It feels so big. Like, I know it's the same backyard because obviously, you know, it's the backyard, but it just feels so big now because you basically added 3 rooms?
Yeah, we added a lot of rooms this year.
So it just makes it longer. Well, it feels longer. I don't know if it's really that much longer, but
Sure. So how many rooms in total are there this year?
Shoot.
oh God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Still counting.
13.
13 rooms.
13 rooms. Shadow
That's-
Mountain, I think, had 9.
Wow. For a home haunt, that's incredible. Like, I mean, because you've got, you know, home haunters who are doing stuff in like 300 square feet, but I mean, good God. You guys that's a full on.
And like
Full
I said,
maze.
I remember Sweet Tooth. It was really long.
I know.
That's
Now that they're
crazy.
saying it, I'm like, dang,
Are we
this is
insane?
crazy.
13 rooms. Like I said, during Sweet Tooth, I felt like it was long, but it was really good, and it got me every time. Like it was pulling me in the next room.
Well, and then
into the
Sweet
next
Tooth was
room.
one of those where like you go through the actual factory and then you go outside for a minute. Now you're in this cave and you're like, what the? Why is this still going? And then
Yeah.
you turn this corner and there's this like giant clown like thing
Oh, I missed
attacking me from the wall.
He was dismantled.
Oh no! Well, he lives on
He was
forever. on
dismantled
YouTube.
in place of what we have for this year.
Shush. I will say,
Okay.
since you guys are fans of Sweet Tooth, there is a couple rooms of black lights again. So we're bringing some black lights.
We did that on purpose because we knew the black light was so like a fan favorite. We're like, we have to put black light somewhere. Like
So it's a good mix and match.
there's
this
a
year.
good amount, I would say. Like there's some areas where you're like, ooh, I'm about to enter, you know, a piece of sweet tooth right here. Like, it's really cool.
Okay.
So Corona Hunt fans will be very appreciative, and they'll be very excited to go through. And
Any Halloween fan, I think that's why I'm making this, like, I'm pushing ourselves this year. Is just that if you're a fan of Halloween, I think it's gonna stick with you because that's my goal.
It's a
awesome.
Halloween throw up, basically.
That's perfect. That's exactly, yeah. My life is a Halloween throw up, so that's fantastic. I love it. That's amazing. So just real quick. So for those who don't know, you guys went to, oh God, I'm forgetting the name of the event. OC
Creep it real.
Yeah. Creep it real. OC. Yeah, they're gonna hate me for forgetting their name. But yeah, so you
There's
guys,
our dislike.
I know there's the one dislike we're gonna get on this video. We get one dislike on every video, every single video, like within
It's that 1%.
within
It's the
2
1%.
hours has a dislike. Yeah, you guys built a version of Sweet Tooth there, or it's like a mini Sweet Tooth. But I reposted the video, but you guys had Bob Gurr, like Disney legend
Right.
Bob Gurr, go through. Like,
Yeah.
what was that like?
Yeah,
Like,
we need to know. We need to know.
We can thank Jacob
Yeah.
from Pirates Cave. He walked up to Bob Gurr and was like, "Hey, you want to see something cool?" And here comes Bob Gurr to the entrance of our haunt, and I'm like, "Am I? If you want to go through this? Really?" It was just, I was like, "What?"
It's a thing I'm gonna boast about. I'll say.
It's definitely something to remember.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
yeah, Creep It Real posted a full video of it, and then I ripped it and reposted it and tagged them and stuff in it and put it on our channel so they could get some more buzz. But that's amazing. Like, just having Bob Gurr's amazing anyway. He goes to all the conventions and he's all into it. But I can't even imagine having Bob Gurr go through something that I've built. That's
Oh my gosh. He was talking about the cotton candy and one bite and he'll be dead. I was like, oh my God.
It was adorable.
It was so cute. It was so cute. I was like, oh my gosh. I couldn't even believe that he even wanted to go inside. You know, not knowing what it is. So it was really cool.
No, Bob Gurr's incredible. So real quick, message in the chat. So 2 things. They're wondering, do you charge admission?
Nope.
Should.
Oh, there it is.
No.
No, it is free of admission. You guys do accept donations though. I think.
Yeah, we started doing our donations to us last year.
Got it.
We used to do donations to our local settlement. I can't even speak. To our local settlement house.
Okay.
So we'd have people bring canned goods and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But the mazes have gotten a little wallet hungry. So
Got it. Yeah. No, totally understand that. Totally understand.
it takes a lot. You know, but it's just the passion that drives us to do it. Like
It's worth it.
it's worth it in the end.
I don't want to pry into how you're funding it, but like how are you guys getting your materials? Are you doing a lot of donations, or is it just like every dime you have is just gone into the haunt? I mean, that's
Yeah.
my story. That's
We
my life.
basically work all year to drop all of it on the hunt.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. That's what we did with Epic Home Months. That's what we're doing with Epic
Yep.
Home Months too. So yeah, same exact boat. Now
How it works.
it does. I mean, it's expensive, but it absolutely works.
I feel like it's just more. There's more pride. There's more love. Like, you can sit back and you can honestly go through and talk about a maze with passion, and you want to do it again, and you want people to see it, and they want to see it.
Yeah.
So like, you're willing to go back and repaint all of your flats and everything for a couple days.
Spend more money.
just so that people could actually get a chance to see
That's
it, which
fantastic.
is
Yeah.
no, it's worth it.
Yeah, it's 100% worth it.
Yep.
Storage. What the heck do you guys do for storage? Because you got 13 rooms. That's a lot of stuff.
All 165 panels.
You should have sent them a picture of it when we do
Oh
storage.
my God, I know. I wonder if I can pull it up on my phone real fast. So we do have a storage unit. It's a 20 by 30. And basically the storage is filled to the brim when everything goes into the storage
We
unit.
try to save everything we can. Like especially last year from Shadow Mountain, we made about like 50 pine trees. That's made out of foam, and like we bought so many pine branches from Hobby Lobby. Like, I'm not throwing that away. I'm gonna save it. Actually, we're reusing this.
Spray foam is our favorite thing to use.
Oh,
Like,
spray foam's incredible.
I ain't putting up the trees too.
we love spray foam. We spray foam everything. Like
It's a great haunting.
Loose wall, spray foam. Rock wall, spray foam. You want to put something, not to move, spray foam.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're talking about like the cans of great stuff for those who might not know, correct?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It is indeed what the name is.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, haunters will always have cans of great stuff around. I'm not even a haunter, and in this shelf back here this is like the crafting area. I think I have 4 cans of great stuff sitting in the shelf back here, because I was just like, I need to do pumpkin stems. I'm like, I bet you I can spray foam a little psh, and then like carve it out and make a pumpkin stem. Rotten Apple, when we were filming for them one of the years, one of their work tents, no joke, had the full pallets that you buy from Home Depot that are like, I don't know, 4 by 6 can pallets, and they had stacks of them in their work area where they would just literally go into Home Depot and just like, I don't know, dolly them out, like just every single one that they had, and then walk away. Great stuff is great. It's fantastic. It's real good.
Every single Home Depot trip we go, we always get
always get a can. Like, we never leave Home Depot without a can of spray foam.
That's
even
incredible.
like not even just the cans this year. Actually, this is our first year using other types of foams as well too. Actually, so that's a good little teaser, I guess you want to say.
Are you guys? So are you talking like hardened like foam that you're carving?
Like let's do walls of foam. Like yeah, we're doing different techniques of like details and stuff. So
I actually think you sent a picture of one of the walls. I thought, maybe not. I don't see it.
I think I sent one of our rock walls from Sweet Tooth when we started it and how we like got the shapes.
Okay, so that's all. Yeah, here it is. So these are all spray foamed. Oh yeah. So there's the cans of great stuff. So for anybody who's curious, that stuff down there, that is great stuff right there. And
don't get your hair and don't get on your skin. If you're going to do it, wear gloves.
If it's up in your hair, you don't want to know what happens.
Yeah, bye-bye hair. But yeah, no, this stuff's incredible. You just spray it on and let it dry, and you can carve it, you can paint it, you can do whatever you need to. It's amazing. I've used it in so many different things.
Very sturdy.
It's it acts as rock.
Yeah, it's great. No, it's really great. So what do you do with all of your props? So your storage, is it just for the flats, or are all the props and everything in there as well?
Depending on what the prop is. So like, let's say I made a cool prop, like I'm going to keep it because I want to keep it. But then I am like the trees, for example, I'm obviously going to keep the trees because I can use that for almost any theme.
100%.
Depending on what the theme is and like how big the prop is, sometimes I have to throw it away because I don't know, I'm not going to use it again. But for the most part, we kind of do keep most of the props.
Got it. Now, do you do anything with pneumatics? Did you guys do any pneumatic props?
I've always wanted to play with pneumatic, but I'm like, I don't have very much luck with electronics.
Okay.
It's so I'm like, it'd be so cool to finally do something with a pneumatic prop, but I'm always like, I'm like, I don't know if I want to or not.
It's a lot of work.
Once we develop and, we want to end up moving to a bigger location so we can make this even bigger.
Are we talking like a pro haunt, or are we talking still?
Want to go pro.
100%.
Well,
that is the end goal of this, honestly.
So that is your end goal. Your end goal is to go pro.
Yeah.
Because it's funny because I actually remember you guys were asking the question. You guys had somebody out there with an iPad, right? That was asking questions or something.
Yeah.
And one of the questions was like, would you like to see something like a bigger haunt or something like that? If I remember correctly, one of the questions led me to believe that at some point sooner,
I remember
they were going to go to like a warehouse or something because there was like had to do.
You got a better memory than me.
What did I tell you? I told you I loved the haunt. Like I remember a lot about where the drive up to it.
Yeah.
I like I said.
Especially I think I want to say that your haunt might have been the first one we did.
Nope, because we did Coldwell Hunter in that morning.
That's right. That was okay. So it was day 2.
Yep.
Yeah, it was day 2. Yep. So, but it was the first one of the night. That's for sure. Because we went from Beaumont, California, drove to Corona, and then from Corona drove out to somewhere in LA or Orange County. I don't remember where we went.
Yeah, Boot Hill.
Well, we ended at Boot Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember. It's crazy when we go to LA and do all these home haunt tours. It's bonkers.
There's a lot.
We go
Yeah.
everywhere. Oh, there's well,
They're all spread out.
yeah, it's insane. And we were talking with Derek from he does Van X Props, but he also runs the Soka Haunt List last week.
Yep.
And I think he was saying there's over 110 of them now this year.
Yep.
That's on that list. From basically the Inland Empire all the way up through
I
high
definitely
desert.
been noticing that Inland Empire is actually getting more home haunts now. Like
It's blowing up.
compared to the last 5 years, there's a lot coming out now.
They're like popping up out of nowhere. You'll drive by and you're like, oh, hey, that's a haunt. And you're like, what?
Yeah, no, it's
They come
popping
out of
up.
nowhere.
Especially because when we grew up in the IE, it was like you were lucky if you found one or two.
exactly.
A
yeah.
lot
You
of
get
them are
Castle
like-
Dark. That's what you get.
Castle Park,
Yeah.
my goodness, or Scandia.
Well, Scandia,
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Oh, rest in
Scan-
peace.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Scandia was like a family-owned. It was actually the same family who owned Scandia was the family who opened Pharaoh's Lost Kingdom or whatever that was called out in Redlands, and then that shut down.
Oh,
and they're
now
both
Scandia's
gone.
done.
Yeah,
they're
They're
gone.
both bulldozed.
Yeah, they're totally gone.
I knew I was getting close to the Ontario airport when I saw the white roller
Yeah.
coaster.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
You fly right over the top of it. It was the greatest
Yep.
thing.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. So you guys want to go pro. So do you guys have like a timeline you set for yourself, or is it just when it happens, it happens?
Definitely soon. When we say soon, like it could be next year, it could be 2 years or 3 years, but we're definitely aiming for it.
Like it's in the looks. Like we're looking everywhere, pretty much. Like so it's I think we've been looking for outside places for the last year and a half. I remember looking during Shadow Mountain because I know him and I have talked about it. We're like, we want the freedom to make bigger sets, and it's really hard to do. Like I think the thing is that we don't have a gate on the other side of my house. That's why we only have the one gate, and that this one hallway we have to split it into two. If we had
I
two
see.
gates, we would be able to add 6 rooms easily to this maze. Like it would make things even bigger. I think that's the freedom that we want to have. We want to be able to freely design large style sets without having to worry about, if we make this big set, we're basically going to have to cut, 5 other rooms because it's so big.
Totally. Well, and the Inland Empire, like I said, is blowing up a bit, especially with the Pro Haunt. I mean, we have Horror World that just opened, and all these little haunts that are opening. And then what is the one? Are they still there? There was one in Corona. It's been there for years.
Coffin Creek.
Coffin Creek.
Yes, Coffin Creek. Thank you.
I think they
I would
were
love their location.
they were closed last year, but I think I saw that they were open this year.
One of the questions that I would honestly say is like, okay, so going pro, right? You're talking about larger, bigger. You started in July, right?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
For this. Are you guys legit going to do this year round? Is it going to be something that you guys are going to put into?
So this
a
becomes your
year-
job,
is
basically.
It really going to be that?
I would like it to be.
That would be fun.
Honestly, like I know a lot of my friends, they talk to me and him about like, oh, you have it in this place year round, you could turn it into an escape room, and then when Halloween comes around you just open it as a regular maze. I'm like, oh, I thought about it and I was like, escape rooms are pretty popular now.
There's been haunts that have tried, locally, like what was it, Sinister Point, much of that have done like year-round type stuff. They're not open full time. They're open, seasonally. So like they'll do a Valentine's Day one, they'll do a Christmas one, they'll do an Easter one. Is that kind of what you guys would want to do, or would you want to do just Halloween?
I know for a fact Halloween and Christmas.
Halloween and Christmas. Okay. Well, they're so close together. Just leave it up, right? Or just like have something pre-planned.
Just
But
leave it and just deck it out on Christmas.
yeah, you go. Throw some lights on. Throw some multicolored lights in a bloody center. You're done.
Easy, said and done.
Yeah, it's just that easy, right?
So question in chat is, how do you guys secure your panels so that people can't pull or push them over? Like, what do you guys do to make sure just everything is super secure?
I think the easiest way to explain that, at least for our location,
I was gonna say, if you say
is-
spray foam, I'm gonna.
That looks like that's going to
Oh no! Okay.
So, funny story about that. So the maze sits, obviously, like I said earlier, it sits literally in every crevice of the outside of the house.
Sure.
So it's in every single corner possible. And then we call them cross beams. We don't know the actual names. Basically, our ceiling pieces. We basically build it like a literal house. Like there is cross after cross after cross after cross, and we try to make it, to where like all the points are stable. And we also have to fight the Santa Ana winds. So I think we go crazy with our ceiling pieces because it's out of the fear of what's going to happen.
Not just that, it's also people, guests and people. Sometimes we don't know what kind of crowds we're going to get. We get all types of crowds. We get people touch things
and run.
Yeah. So
how do you guys deal with liability and things? Do you guys have signs posted and things that basically like?
Oh yeah, it's basically once you enter, you're responsible for yourself.
You cannot sue us. How our actual maze is what it's made of. It's all purely wood though.
It is.
Like so the actual like wall is 4 foot, 7 foot. Most of them are. They're made out of studs. As a skeleton is a stud. So a panel, and then we cover it with a panel of another OSB. We use OSB.
We use a thick OSB. A lot of haunters use the thin. I know a lot of them use the thin OSB, like the thin plywood and stuff like that. We went and did the really thick OSB because I was like, you know what? Maybe if we use the thicker wood, it will like withstand some sort of wind. And for Sweet Tooth, that's when we first used the OSB. It worked really well.
Are you doing 2x4s or are you doing like 1x3s? Like what is
2x3?
2x3s. Okay.
2x3s. Yeah.
So for those who don't know, the Santa Ana winds that they keep talking about, so the Inland Empire gets insane winds every year, to the point of I've had friends who've lived in Norco, which is one city up from you guys, and they said that they've clocked their winds at somewhere between 80 and 100 miles an hour before. Mm-hmm. So it's insane through that little up and down the 15 freeway is just obnoxious. Yeah. So you have to be very careful.
Another no reason joke. We would like to be inside of a warehouse.
Right.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, my wife's parents have a trailer, and the wind has literally picked the trailer up and moved it completely sideways.
Perfect.
So yeah, that's
insane.
That'll just tell you the wind is no joke.
No,
they are no joke.
So I know we have only about a minute or two left. So I want to make sure people can find you guys. So where do people go if they want to learn more about you and if they want to come out to the haunt or if they want to support you in any way? Where should they go?
We're very active on Instagram. So at Corona Haunt on Instagram. Our website is www.coronahaunt.com. You can find us on Twitter at Corona Haunt. And then you can also find us on Facebook under The Corona Haunt. I don't know why the is there, but
great. All right. Well, this has been fun. I know I want to keep talking, but I know I got to make sure you guys get out with enough time.
Their final show tonight
to do what you guys need to get done. So, thank you guys for joining. This has been
Thanks for having
fantastic.
us.
Oh yeah,
it's been amazing.
We need to have you guys on in like December-ish time, December, January, so we can see how the haunt went, see some photos, we'll play our videos. This has been super exciting. If you guys, again, real quick, housekeeping items. Make sure you guys subscribe to this YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/epichomehaunts. If you are listening to this and not watching it, so if you're on any one of the podcast platforms where you can hear this, make sure you guys subscribe there. Give us a rate. We'd love to know what you guys think of the show. And if you want to see what's going on, because we actually do show crap, go to youtube.com/epichomehaunts. Make sure you subscribe and hit the little join button. It really helps us out. If you guys have a couple bucks a month to spare, it's all going towards funding this guy back here, Epic Home Haunts Chapter 2. Which we're hoping to get done in just a couple of years. If you do have a haunt, we want to know about it. So shoot us an email at contact@epichomehaunts.com, and we'll get in contact with you. This has been fun.
It's been great, honestly, and I always get excited, right? I don't realize my excitement until I start to actually like think back. Like you said, my remembering of little things like that.
Your memory.
Just been so crazy when we start talking about certain things.
Yeah.
So I've been enjoying it. It's been a trip down memory lane.
It's fantastic. I cannot wait to go this year. It's going to be great. We're going to show up with the cameras and the gimbals, and we'll jump out of the car, and we will literally run up to you guys and be like, we need to get in now. We can't wait in line. And,
right now.
And we'll go through.
A lot of things for you guys to look at. I'll tell you that.
I think this walkthrough will be a lot longer than the Sweet Tooth walkthrough. I'll promise you that.
That's fantastic. Absolutely cannot wait to see it.
Oh, darn.
I know. Oh, no. A long haunt.
Oh man.
Oh,
shucks. Oh, man. That was not planned.
Nope.
That is sick. All right. Cool. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you're watching live, thank you guys for watching live. And you'll get the edited version in a couple of days. And this one's going to go Gonna go for members only. So who knows what'll be cut out? Who knows? Become a member, and then you'll know. It'll be fun.
If you don't know, you don't.
If you don't know, you don't know. But if you know, you know.
If
You know?
do. All right.
All right. See you guys next Sunday.